Hello everyone and welcome to my auction for Xbox 360 Rapid Fire controller. First thing I'm going to show you here is the controller itself. So obviously this isn't the one you're going to be receiving, but this is my personal controller and this is basically how it looks. There's a little tiny button on the back. Most likely it will be white. And this is what it looks like when Rapid Fire is on. You see that little LED lit up? And if you push the button on the back, it turns off. That means Rapid Fire is off. Now this is a trigger rapid fire, which means that if you hold down the trigger when the LED is on, it will rapid fire. If you hold down the trigger when the rapid fire is off, it will just normal fire and it will be single shot. So what makes this controller so special from the other hundreds of auctions out there is that it's adjustable. That's a huge thing in rapid fire. Because of course there's many games for the Xbox, and with many games that means that you need different speeds for each game. So on my controller there is 5 modes. Modes, basically what they are is just preset speeds. Now you can switch between the modes on my controller just by holding down the button on the back, and then it'll blink to tell you what mode it's on. So it just told me that I switched into mode 3, and mode 3 corresponds with one of the preset modes that I have, and which you can probably see. I'll show you right now actually on the screen, and those modes will obviously work for that game. And like I just said, the big thing about this is adjustable modes. Now there's this thing called edit mode, which you can go into on my controllers. And once you go into there, all you need to do is just press the left and right bumper and you will change the speed of the controller. So if you press the left bumper, the speed will go down. If you press the right bumper, the speed will go up. And then all you need to do is just press the button on the back one more time and it'll save it for you. So if you want me to, I'll just show you an example of that. Oops. Controller disconnected, hold on. Okay, so I'm just going to go into mode 2, which is Call of Duty 4. And by the way, this isn't the speed that you're going to be having for mode 2. I already edited this myself to be a little bit slower. Yours will be much faster. So let me just go over here. Let me just throw my grenades. Okay. So like I said, if you have rapid fire on, you just hold down the trigger and you rapid fire. And again, I said that I edited the speed myself to make it a lot slower. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to hold down the button on the back like I'm going to be switching modes, but I'm going to keep holding, which means that I will enter edit mode on mode 2. So first thing you'll notice is that it blinks 3 times. Like I switched into mode 3, but then it'll blink twice telling me that I'm now editing mode 2. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to press the left bumper. Like I just said, I got rid of my grenades for a reason. And I press down the trigger and it'll just show you that it's now even slower. Now if I want to, I can press the right bumper now and you'll see that the LED blinks, showing you that you are changing the speed. And I'll just try it now to show you that it's a lot faster. Now, one cool thing that I put in here is that if you want to exit the mode, it'll tell you what the speed is. So that way you can tell all your friends, or you can even tell me, so I can tell other people what the speed is. And it'll work for any game that comes out. So if some game comes out like Bionic Commando, I can just tell you what the number is, and you can go in and punch it in yourself, and there you go. You have the rapid fire for that game. So another cool feature here is while I'm still in edit mode, I can do a couple things. One is to exit edit mode normally and then show you the speed. Another is to exit edit mode and not save the speed. And basically doing that, you just hold down the left bumper and then press the button on the back. And if you want to exit edit mode and reset the speed, you press the right bumper and then the button on the back at the same time. So right now I'm just going to press the right bumper on the back, right bumper and the button on the back to reset the speed. And you'll notice that the LED blinks, and I'm going to explain that later. That's a little bit later on, probably once you get the controller. That's just the speed and telling you what it is. So now since I reset the speed, this is back to the normal Call of Duty mode. And obviously it's much faster, and with the G3. So I mean, that's the normal speed that you will be getting with the controller, and you can go into edit mode and edit yourself. If it's too fast and you find yourself wasting too much ammo, again, you can edit it. So another thing that I'd like you guys to know is I also have a site called rfmods.com, and I will most likely be renovating that site. If not, it's already renovated. And you can either buy a controller there, or you can buy a kit there. And a kit basically is exactly what I put into the controller. It's a little tiny chip, you wire it up yourself, and you have rapid fire. Sure, you're going to have to install a button and a couple other things, but I mean, it's real simple, and if you know how to do that stuff, it'll save you quite a little bit of money. Obviously the install may take you about an hour. It's not exactly easy the first time, but you will get it, and if you want to save some money, that's a great way to do it. Another thing is I have a couple frequently asked questions. One is what exactly is a mod, and obviously you know what a mod is. It's just pressing down the right trigger really fast for you. So I mean, yeah, that's what it is. So another one is what makes this controller so special. Obviously you have 5 modes to edit, meaning that you can have one of 255 different speeds for each mode. And that's really great because they range from 2.5 shots per second to about 500. Obviously you're not going to be able to use 500 shots per second, as the controller can't even detect that fast. But you know, once you go down a little bit, maybe to about, I don't know, 230 shots, or the setting 230, then it'll start going down to about 30 shots per second, and that's that's usable for most games. Like Call of Duty 4, for example, this is about 30 shots per second. Another thing is, another question I get is, why would you want this controller? And the main reason you would want this type of controller over everyone else's is, so if any new games come out, like Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2, it's going to be a huge game, and this controller will work with that game. I can guarantee you that it will work. I can't say exactly how fast it'll be, but I can say that this controller will work if there is a single shotgun in that game. Most likely there will be pistols, and maybe some type of G3 gun. Maybe even a sniper rifle will work. I actually like the M21 in this game really much. It's kind of fun to use with rapid fire. Another thing I get is, will this work with Call of Duty 5? And is it undetectable? Now that's 2 questions in one there, and yes, it does work with Call of Duty 5. Is it undetectable? No, I can't say that it's 100% undetectable. I mean, if you're just going around and shooting off rounds one after another, holding down the trigger, you'll obviously get detected. But if you're, shooting through rounds, letting go while you reload, and by the way, I'm talking about Call of Duty 5 here, not this game, then you won't get detected. I'll have another video of Call of Duty 5 right below this one to show you how it works. And yeah, so since the controller is editable, you can change the speed yourself, and therefore you will not get, well actually, if there's a new patch coming out for the game, then you can just change the speed yourself and your rapid fire will work. For example, they actually just came out with a patch sometime in June, I don't know, it was June 11th or something like that. And right after that, all the controllers every single person's controller in the world for rapid fire wasn't working. And if you had one of my controllers, all you needed to do was just change the speed a little bit so it was a little bit slower, and then your controller started working again. It was great. So I mean, obviously there's advantages there for games like Call of Duty 5 and any new game coming out, like Call of Duty 4 or the Modern Warfare 2, sorry. So that's basically my controller.